Guys, Caleb here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Cafe and Pet Shop. This set has 969 pieces and will retail you for $80 US. Hopefully in this review I can clear up if the set is worth it for you or not, but right off the bat, looking at it, it seems to be a pretty good value. Thank you to my sister Abigail for letting me borrow this set. She actually got it for her birthday a week or two ago. She had been wanting it, and so we got it for her birthday, and so far she liked it, and hopefully in this review we can take an in-depth look and see what exactly this set has and if the set is worth it for you. Let's dive in straight to the minifigures. It only has 3 minifigures and a brick-built dog, which is a little bit disappointing for an $80 set to only have 3 minifigures, but the first minifigure up is this little girl, and she looks quite cute with this little green dress with, I don't know if that's mushrooms on there or what. It's an interesting design. She's got some short legs, and she's got a little happy face with glasses. We'll see if she has. No, she does not have a double-sided face, but I do like this hairpiece, and she is a decent minifigure in the set. For grandfather, a handsome-looking man in this red flannel, which I really like. Love this dude's mustache and glasses. That looks absolutely incredible. Love his hairpiece. Unfortunately, no second face on this guy either, but he's also got some brown pants, and this is quite a nice minifigure. My favorite minifigure is the hot dog vendor guy because I just love this Hawaiian shirt he has with this Hawaiian flower design. Looks absolutely incredible. Even got more of the flowers on the back there. No double-sided face, unfortunately, but he does have this red hat, which looks cool. He's got a little goatee, got pants, but this has got to be my favorite minifigure. This guy is absolutely incredible, and I love, love, love this torso print. Also includes a small hot dog stand, which is shaped like a hot dog, which is really cool. It rolls along pretty well. It's really cool because you actually see the fire below where he's actually cooking the hot dogs. Got ketchup, mustard, have a hot dog with a bun, and you really see like the burners and stuff that he actually cooks the hot dogs on, which is super cool. And this is a really neat design for a hot dog cart that I definitely enjoy. It's a really cool, little design to have alongside of the building. Also includes a little brick-built dog who is quite cute with his little collar, although I don't see why they couldn't have just put a Lego dog in the set. They have Lego dogs. I do like how they made his feet kind of positioned differently, which makes it look like he's sitting down. I like his little ears, and it's generally a pretty cute design. Reminds me of Snoopy. Also worth noting that inside the pet shop there is a little peacock of sorts, and he is epic. I love this guy's wings, like the little stand he's on, and I especially love his massive beak, and it's a really cool cartoony looking peacock bird. It only looks good from the side though. If you look at it like that, it doesn't look quite as appealing. The whole design of this thing actually looks really, really good for a creator set. I mean, it looks almost like a full-on modular building, but in an $80 scale, which is really cool for kids to enjoy and everything. At the bottom, we have a little eating area across from the cafe where we have a croissant and some seats, and we also have a tree with a little bird in it. And there is this really cool, like, coffee mug design on the outside of there. A little flower pot, and then above that, there's also an AC, which is on this spinny plate, so it can spin around. And it seems quite loose. I don't get why they wouldn't just use plates to keep it in place, because it really, it gets knocked around and gets in all sorts of these weird positions. I just don't get why exactly the AC spins. That seems a little bit random. This pipe here that connects this into place, and this is sort of what holds most of the model together, otherwise the whole thing would snap apart. But you can actually take the roofs off and switch the floors around, so hypothetically you could have this on the 3rd floor and this on the 2nd floor, and you can just kind of switch the levels around to make your own modular. You can also pretty much take this part off and move it to the top floor if you want, which is really cool because you can really just switch the order of these things up around, which is nice. The cafe looks rather good with the fire hydrant there, but I really like the almost brick-built design that they go with. Got a little flower mug there, and I really like the yellow on the 2nd floor. It adds a nice pop of color to what might otherwise be a slightly dull model with that blue thing there. But this is honestly really good looking, and I also love the roof of this thing with the parrots and almost marble looking. It looks very nice. The shop doesn't look quite as good as in my opinion. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this sign. This is how you're supposed to build it, and I don't know. It just doesn't really look that good compared to the, more, like, I don't know, normal approach. This just looks very jumbled and odd. However, we have some bones and balls in a bin outside, a little door, and a little ATM there with a little vault full of money, which is cool. And earlier, you can take the stoplight and put it on the 3rd floor if you want to, but it is quite a cool little stoplight design. And one of my favorite parts of this model is it has these ladders, and at first, I saw they were on these tracks, and I thought they might just slide off, like what's preventing it from stopping it. But it's got a really good design with these clips here, which prevent it from sliding off, which is really, really cool. So it won't actually slide off of there at all, and that's the same with this one. First, I was very worried that it would, in fact, slide off of there, and even when you take the stoplight off, it still, prevents it from sliding off, which is really cool. And so these ladders, you can position them in different ways. However, they never fall off, which is a really great design. A small balcony on the third floor of the pet shop, which these plants keep knocking off. Like, that's what you kept hearing snap off earlier. If you ever tap them, they always just fall off, which is annoying. But I really like the roof design on here with these clips. Reminds me of the bonsai tree almost. And I really like the clips on here. It's also got some sunlights on the roof, which is pretty neat. Back is, in fact, open up to access it. If you want even better access, you can take the roofs off, but you actually have to take this pipe part off, which kind of locks it in place, which is a little bit disappointing because you always have to take this off if you want to access it. But really, if that's off of there, then it's really hard to carry because that's kind of what helps hold the model together. But you can, in fact, pop all the roofs off, similar to a modular building. And the same with the pet shop here. This entire part comes off, and the roof for that also comes off as well. And it all comes off with quite a lot of rooms and quite a lot of interior to actually go through. These things do not separate, they're built together. So let's take kind of an in-depth look at the interior of this piece. This floor of the pet shop is slightly crammed, but still really cool. You actually have a fish bowl there. It's a little hard to see, but there is actually a fish in that tank there, a door inside. Got the peacock on his stand in the window there. Got a little cash register and counter, and even a little block of cheese and a hole in the wall, which kind of reminds me of Tom and Jerry, which is pretty cool. And this is pretty good. It's a little weird that there's no mouse in the set, but I do think it's quite a cool little pet shop. My favorite interior might actually be in the cafe, where you do have a small cash register here. Very, very small. I don't know where the actual counterpart is, but this is really cool because there's actually a little block of cheese there. I love this little light. It almost reminds me of like an old school diner, and it's got this really cool seat and a little table, but this is honestly probably my favorite floor. I just really like this floor for some reason. Floor of the pet shop, I have in fact removed the roof of it for better access to the inside. Sorry if you can hear my siblings yelling downstairs, but of course you can slide this, and it's really got a bunch of windows. Got a little plant pot there, have a little racing thing with some books and a shelf down there, which is an incredible design. Love that. And also a little couch area, this is a really awesome floor too. Second floor of the cafe is also really cool. It's got a little dresser, and this is almost like a little apartment with what I can only assume is a plant in a vase there, but it's also got a little kitchen area with a sink and a stove and an oven, which is really cool. And this is a really neat, cute little floor that I do enjoy. Cafe does not actually have a third floor, although it does have a little upstairs garden. The third floor of the pet shop is also quite neat, which is actually a little bedroom. I really like the reading lamp there, and there is actually a phone piece there, which is pretty cool. You can see she's got some music or something playing on there, which is nice. Got a little bed, which is a little low to the ground, I think, but it is pretty good. And also got the balcony out here, and this is a pretty decent floor. As I mentioned earlier, you can switch the floors around on this thing. This is the second floor of the cafe, now on top of the pet shop, and the this is the third floor of the pet shop on top of the cafe, and the second floor on the third floor here. And you can really just mismatch and do whatever the heck you want with this, which is really cool. You can't actually lock this anywhere onto here, which would make it really unstable, but it's really cool how you can actually switch the floors around however you want. If you didn't have a lot of space to display your model, you could just make it a one-floor thing, and this isn't exactly a bad option either. Suppose if you wanted to, you could make a massive 4-story tower of a city, which is honestly not exactly a bad option either. Like, it actually looks surprisingly good. This building obviously isn't quite as tall, but this is a massive tower, and this honestly doesn't look awful now that I have it here. As great as this set is, there is one fatal flaw in it, and that is the stability of this thing. This thing is very, very, very hard to pick up. You see, you would think that this part is sturdy, but when you go to pick it up, it almost snaps off, and you can see it's quite weak, and you can't really grab it one hand, or everything just sort of falls apart. It's really a two-hand job, and it always just makes a massive mess of things, and it's incredibly hard to pick up. It's not very sturdy at all. You could take the two buildings separately, but it really is just, very extremely hard to pick up as a model, which is really disappointing because this set is almost perfect except for that. One little neat thing that I forgot to mention, there's actually 5 of these plates here. One here, and then one here, and then one here. And so you can really mismatch and customize it however you want. You can put the dog on the corner, you can put the flowers on the end of the street. You can do whatever you want. You can put anything anywhere here. You can put the fire hydrant back here, and you can really just customize it as best as you can. You can put the minifigures on here, and there's really a lot of spots for moving this stuff around, which is really cool. At the end of the day, should you pick the Lego Creator and Pet Shop, Creator, Pet Shop, and Cafe, it's really a weird name for a set. I honestly would say heck yes, go for it. This set is absolutely spectacular. I am blown away by it. This might be maybe the best value in any Lego set I've ever seen for $80. This is a massive, massive thing. You're not going to be disappointed by the size of this, and I really love the range of customizability of this. You can really customize it and make your own things. You can move things around, you can change the floors up, and it's really, you can make whatever you want with this set, which is honestly really, really epic. The set objectively has some flaws. I definitely wish that there would have been 4 or 5 minifigures instead of just 3, and the stability of this model is really, really bad. Like, it's not really stable at all. It looks really nice, except it's not great when you have kids picking it up, and it kind of tends to crumble apart. It's not great for a Lego set. I'm going to give this set a 91 out of 100. I think this is a spectacular set. I really love it. I love how you can just customize it, and it's practically a modular building for, twice the price off, which is absolutely incredible. It just looks great, but it's also got so many play features. I just really love this set. Shout out to Abby again for letting me borrow this set. This is Seabrook Productions. Sign off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.